if I can just be really candid, one of the things that really is just incredibly frustrating to me, every time I lead these roundtables or speak at conferences relative, trying to figure out better recruiting solutions, immediately the conversation turns to the number one problem in solving the recruiting issue is compensation and benefits. And this is completely wrong. This is not accurate at all. I'm convinced I could take an organization, cut their pay and benefits back by a third, reinvest that money into developing their leaders into being excellent mentors, create a development program and a solid career path for their people, put the organization on a 20% year-over-year growth rate so that there's great potential for opportunities, for great potential for individuals in the organization to grow, and we could recruit more talent, our retention would go up, right? But remember, we just cut benefits and pay. And so the question is, why is this? Why does it come, how does it come around to being compensation and benefits as the number one issue? And the simple issue is, you got to think about who the individuals are that are trying to solve the problem. They're all baby boomers. They're all 58 and 62 years old. They're looking at their rising medical costs. They're looking at their 401k isn't just quite as rich as what they thought it would be, so they got to work a couple more years to get where they're. So they're looking at it from that narrow, myopic view, and all of a sudden, well, the biggest issue that we have to solve this recruiting problem is what our compensation benefits are. Unfortunately, they're not moving with any data at all. There's no surveys that have been done. If you talk to the 24-year-olds and the 25-year-olds out there, they're still supermen and superwomen. They don't have health issues. They're looking for mentorship, growth, career path development. That's what they're looking for. And every organization out there would be much better suited if they focused on those areas from a recruiting perspective. They focused their resources on that rather than, because ultimately, if it's not compensation and benefits, then the leader has to go, well, geez, maybe I have to accept the fact that nobody wants to be mentored by me. Maybe I have to accept the fact that my organization isn't growing at a rate that's providing the opportunity that the young 25-year-olds are looking for within an organization. And God, that means I'm going to have to change. That means I'm going to have to improve. And somebody asked me the question down in Florida, is the recruiting problem, is it going to get difficult? Is it going to get more difficult, or is it going to get easier? And my question was simple, or my answer was simply this. There's aspects of it that are going to get more difficult because we're still 3 or 4 years away from the peak population of the baby boomers retiring out. There are 90 million people in the U.S., right, that are baby boomers, and that peak of them, we're still 3 or 4 years away from that. So with them exiting the industry, that means other individuals are going to need to fill those shoes, which is going to increase the pressure from a recruiting side and kind of our abilities to deal with that. Flip side is it's going to get easier. Why is it going to get easier? Because these leaders are really going to understand they're going to be better practiced at solving the problem and improving their abilities to be mentors, their abilities to understand the impact of having an aggressive, growing organization and how that attracts talent. And candidly, for those leaders that aren't able to do that or pull that together, they probably won't be in leadership positions anymore. Real quickly, you're going to find leaders' compensations being tied to what their ability is to recruit and develop talent, because the problem has just become that severe. Organizations understand that and realize it, and if as a leader, if you want to move up within an organization, have the ability or develop the skill set to reach out to develop millennials, to develop the 20-year-olds in the organization, to have them, you want to be the Pied Piper. You want to be the one that they want to be around because you're so generous in sharing your knowledge, and helping them guide their career path forward. That's going to make a big impact from a recruiting perspective. But of course, it's a much tougher problem, right?